That's what I was expecting.
cash.
Yeah, I wasn't a real answer. I know what you do.
He's like the Indiana Jones of CSAT.
You better get ready.
Encrypting.
Delving deep into the tombs of encrypted drives.
The hacker meme.
Joshua Maxson. Yeah, he had to do the thing where you swap out with something of equal weight, or else he couldn't get the file out without having to run away from the giant ball.
And he ran out the door, and Josh opened it up and threw his pants at him. Now take your pants with you. Sorry, shit. Oh, sorry.
Just imagine, though, an intern getting mad and leaving.
I know, that's what I keep thinking.
That's fucking retarded.
I'm still trying to figure out what he was mad about. An intern.
A paid intern, probably.
A paid intern,
Yeah.
and he was in school. Like,
yeah, I know. Didn't give two shits about that place.
exactly.
Yeah.
Also, he did shit work. So
Well, we probably shouldn't talk about them on the live stream.
oh, fuck him. I don't know his name, but if you're out there, intern, fuck you.
Yeah, with no pants on.
Yeah, with no pants on, because Josh took your pants.
He just wouldn't give them back. He didn't take
Yeah.
them.
So if we don't start this, my phone will die before we finish.
All right.
And all my notes
What we're
are on
waiting
my
on.
phone, so let's go.
Get it on.
Okay, no.
Welcome to Dirtyfoot Gang versus the Pigskin. Week 10, we got our boys, Filthy Johnson, Ayrton, and Ditrox. Just to kind of keep everybody up to date, we have Filthy with 74 correct. We got Ditrox with 79 correct. And we got Ayrton with 76 correct.
Okay.
Take it away, boys.
First thing is injuries. All right, we're doing this. This is high speed. I've already lost my notes, so give me a second. All right,
Very high
High
speed.
speed. Here we go.
Nobody got hurt
So
last
this
week.
is the top 10 people, but guess what? There aren't 10 people.
Up
Cordell.
to 10 people.
Cordell Patterson, he's out with an ankle. Micah Hyde, he was quoted as having a stinger.
What is that?
I mean, like a stinger. Like I
Like-
gave you a
It's
stinger.
like a bee?
some-
Well,
like in
you
a
get,
hip or
you get popped and
knee,
it stings.
yeah.
Yeah. It's
It's a
stinger.
stinger.
He should have lubed up.
Jimmy Ward, hamstring. Cam Akers for the Vikings, Achilles. So another Achilles. Darren
I was
Hall.
playing baseball one time and got hit in the. I had 2 acres.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Darren Hall,
I was
concussion.
a farmer with 2 acres.
Daniel Jones went out last week with an ACL. And Goddard with the Eagles has a forearm injury. He should play.
Got hit in the old Cam Akers.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it for injuries.
Yeah, so is Daniel Jones just done or something? Like,
Well, yes. See, he's cashing out on all of that money they paid him.
yeah.
Well, I mean, it's not guaranteed, not all of it. It's a lot, but
They're
not
just
all
saving
of it.
that golden arm for next year.
Here's the deal, though. That's what happens when you have a bad line.
Yeah.
When your line's that bad and your quarterback gets rocked, that's
Especially if they have a tendency to scramble.
Well, he's been. Remember, we kept talking about who's going to beat the record for getting sacked the most, and his name was top from week 1.
yeah.
I think week 1 he got sacked like 7 times.
pretty nasty.
Yeah, so it's only bound to happen that he's going to go out and for a long time.
While we're doing this, make sure you track disagreements on the prediction. So we can just go right into it.
Anyways,
All right, so next up is our players of the week. Top and bottom.
And I am completely unprepared for, as
That's-
I do no work.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, I got my top MVP, C.J. Stroud, man of the hour, man of the week. Again, 30
Yeah.
for 42, 470 yards, 5 TDs, quarterback rating of 147.8. And like I said earlier, he needed every yard and every point to win that game. Came back with 6 seconds left to win.
what a guy.
It was an awesome drive.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy is there was so little time on it. I went inside to start doing stuff before the next games, and I missed the end of the game. I was like, fuck, God damn it.
it's one of those things where you're like, oh man, this game is over.
Yeah.
There is no possible way that
They scored
anyone
with, like,
could score
36
points.
seconds left. The Bucks did. Go ahead.
Honestly, so it's that thing that celebrates a good quarterback from a bad quarterback is when you hand him the ball, you go, oh, that's dangerous.
Yeah.
And CJ has already proven to be that guy. As soon as they got him back the ball, I was like, well, let's see what they can do. Like, I'm at least going to watch it.
Well, it wasn't only just 36 seconds, but they had 2 timeouts left, too.
Yeah.
That's what
forever.
got me. I was like, oh, they got 2 timeouts left. Man.
It's close. He's
it
going to
still
have to
takes
make
luck.
big
but-
plays and some, but like, they're still in it.
Yeah, that's for sure.
It's been a while since the Texans have been a team where you can just be like, truly like, oh shit, at any moment, 36 seconds or not, boom,
Yeah.
points.
I mean,
Watson on the Texans was kind of like that.
He had a couple
was,
years.
Yeah,
like
he had
that.
a couple games like that. But Watson, he fell off really fast.
Yeah, the
and
off the
it's-
fields, I think, got
Yeah.
that team, and especially him.
Yeah, and Bill O'Brien mixed in.
Yeah, that didn't
Holy
help.
shit! What a fun. I mean, that's the definition of a shit show. If you really ever looked it up, it would just be Bill O'Brien and Watson just sitting there with Texans helmets on.
Yeah, Bill O'Brien's got the helmet on.
Yeah.
It's too big for him.
Watson's good.
What you got?
My guy is Mr. Joe Burrow. I mean, 31 for 41, 348 yards, 2 touchdowns. The Bengals are back in form, and he's back in form. So I guess the calf was that debilitating that he couldn't actually play.
Just
Joe
a
Burrow.
late season Bengals. I am also going to take a quarterback from the same division with Lamar Jackson. I really think that he has been playing well ever since they paid him. Maybe it's a motivator. Maybe it's the offensive coordinator. They changed a lot of things around. But I do know that they've had 3 matches against teams that had a winning record at the time, and they outscored them 112-6. No, to 103-12. That was it.
The thing with Lamar is when the offense is cruising, he has a great game. But if there's a low score, his game sucks. So they really depend on him for everything.
Yeah, he has to put on the Superman cape.
and
a
he's
lot.
got to carry that team on offense. And it's easy to do during the regular season, but getting in the playoffs, it's gonna be tough. They got to find some other weapons or figure.
Yeah, but he's had a really good run so far.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I'd take him on my team.
Yeah.
All right, this is the bottom. You got
I've got Arizona quarterback Clayton Tune. Okay.
who also
Is that
I
who
believe,
started?
Yeah, he
Yes.
also got injured.
Clayton Tune.
but
He was 11 for 20, 58 yards, 2 interceptions, 7 sacks, a quarterback rating of 1.6.
Ooh.
All right, so everybody here knows this except maybe Josh. But if there's anybody watching that does not know, if you took every snap and chucked it out into the stands, you would have a 38.6 rating.
Well, that's just okay. Let me separate this. QBR and just the quarterback rating is different.
Oh,
The
okay.
QBR is 1 through 100,
Yeah.
and the
Which did you have down
rating
for that?
that's QBR is 1.6. His
Oh, okay.
rating was 20.8 though.
It is
so
still
it's
less.
still yeah.
than chucking every ball into the stands.
Yes. 7 sacks or the 2 interceptions,
The
know.
interceptions is what gets you on
but
that, on
11 for
passer
20.
rating.
I mean that's less than 5 yards or pass. And I don't care what year you're in, if you're a rookie or whatever.
That's 5 yards
is-
of completion.
Yeah, that's
But
what I
per
meant.
play,
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. And like I said, I don't care if you're a rookie. I don't care if you're a 4th string quarterback. Those are shit numbers for anybody. And he deserves to be
You think
embarrassed.
you could do better?
I could probably do the same.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. I could do the same
I
right
get a
now.
better-
comparable effort.
Yeah.
I get a better rating than him.
I think you could because you could just tuck the ball and run
Yeah.
every play and
Yeah.
just
Well-
kill somebody. And then,
Well, I
you
would
know,
use
like-
your strategy. I
Yeah.
would just keep throwing it out, and then at the end of the press conference, I'd be like, "I got a better fucking
Yeah,
rating
yeah.
than Clayton,
Better than your team.
yeah,
Yeah. Better than Mr. Out of Tune.
All right, so my guy is a Tennessee Titan, Mr. D Hop. All right, now I want to see Ben's reaction here. He had 4 receptions for 60 yards. What do you think about that?
not a very impact.
It's not.
player
Yeah, I mean it's
standings,
15 yards per catch.
It's still not a very you're not
Yeah.
gonna make a big impact on the game that way. And
You're not.
He has to make an impact on the game.
The other side of this that makes this why he's my bottom today is he had 11 targets. That's a
Not very
lot.
good.
He's dropping
They
a
gave
lot
him the
or he's missing a
opportunity.
lot. Yeah. And that's with Will Levis in the pocket.
Or they blanketed him because he's the only option.
Yeah, especially after that week before where he killed it.
Yeah, but I mean, Will Levis, we watched that game and he was throwing lasers. So why
you're either dropping passes or not getting separation.
I mean, we've seen this year Devontae Adams get blanketed because Joshy McDonald's didn't work anybody else into the playbook.
Yep.
He edged out Hunter Renfrow for some reason because he didn't get along with him. And you need those guys that's a little bit away from him for him to be effective. So Titans don't have that. And okay, at the bottom, really should have thought more about this. I feel like there's a lot of people that did badly, right?
Yeah, I mean, the quarterbacks around the league as a whole are just really below average.
I got a funny stat about all quarterbacks.
Oh, nice.
You could do all quarterbacks.
What was Tyreek Hill's?
Tyreek Hill gave up that big ass fumble.
Oh yeah, that was a hell of a game, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, let me take
What was his stats? Because I know Tyreek Hill did not show up.
No quarterback last week that was born in the 80s scored a touchdown.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, 8 receptions for 60. Better football.
Especially in third season.
Yeah, I don't know what his stat line was, but I'm gonna go with Mac Jones.
Mac Jones plays in Crocs.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna pause for a second for recording. Is the VPN on?
VPN is not on, I don't think, is it? Nope.
No.
It keeps reconnecting. What, internet plugged in?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to our runner-up player of the week. I've actually got a tie for 2. Kenton Mitchell, for Baltimore running back, 9 carries, 138 yards, 1 TD. That's 15.3 yards per carry.
Pretty fucking nuts.
That's pretty damn
Yeah,
good.
that's good.
Wow.
That is really damn good. But my runner-up, for the first time in 27 years, the Lions beat the bye week.
They did.
They beat the bye
Jahmyr
week.
Gibbs had 26 rushes for 152 yards.
Yeah.
So
Rushing from the kitchen to the bathroom.
yeah.
Yeah. Work. Good fucking work. I mean, it's been years since they beat the bye.
Literally almost. I mean, basically almost as many years as I've
Over
been
a
alive.
decade and a half, maybe 2.
Yeah. 27 years.
27
I
years.
look back. Yeah.
They finally beat the bye week, so that gives them a very impressive. Good
Yeah.
job,
Oh,
Lions.
yeah. Add another one.
My guy is Amari Cooper. The Browns picked him up like about weeks ago maybe. But they finally put him in the rotation, and he freaking slapped 139 yards for the.
He hasn't been.
the
They
day.
picked him up, and he hasn't been starting.
They got picked up in like week 7, week 8,
okay.
somewhere around. It was been very early, so. Yeah, Amari Cooper, man, he's badass. He's always been badass. I don't know why Dallas got rid of him.
So I need a name here, Helmswoman. Go ahead and look up the Texans on this last game and their only field goal.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the running back.
I just
Good
don't
one.
remember
I
his
didn't
name.
even think about
So we were watching this game. Philly and I were like, "Why are they going for 2 on every play?" We were like, "What the fuck is going on?"
That part.
Search up Texas running back field goal.
Yeah, they had him. I guess they don't have a kicker. I don't know what happened to their kicker.
Ogunbowale.
Oh yeah, Ogunbowale.
Why didn't they just get a lineman to do that shit? Lineman can do everything.
You're a good kicker. I think we can use you, but we need somebody with a smaller name.
Yeah, so they didn't put him on for a single extra point, but they did let him attempt 1 field goal, and he made that field goal.
Fucking
drilled
it.
And he fucking drilled it.
I think it was an extra point.
Yeah, it was an
It was,
extra.
it was an
No,
extra
they
point.
put up 3 points.
Was it?
Yeah, it was
was
a
a
three-
field goal.
It was a field
It
goal.
was a short field goal. Then
It was a
yeah.
short field goal.
Okay.
Yeah,
and,
it was like 20 yards or like 23 yards.
Yeah.
Or some
but
shit
the
like
dude's 1 for 1.
Yeah.
And
100%.
you know what? He's a running back, and he made a
Got
field
3
goal.
points. Yeah.
Put up 3 points for his team.
That's awesome.
And they, it was a close game. They needed those 3 points.
And they-
There have been
they didn't trust him
kickers.
the rest of the way we
No.
through the
There,
game.
there have been
I mean, honestly, you got CJ.
I wouldn't have done.
I'm gonna trust CJ more.
Absolutely.
there have been paid kickers that have missed a kick from this distance this year.
Exactly. And made it. So yeah, that's my
Jake Moody.
up and comer out of nowhere guy. Yeah, the Moody Blues. Good job. I already forgot your name again, but good job.
Ogunbowale or whatever.
Ogunbowale.
Yeah.
First name's
Dare.
Dare.
Mr. Dare.
Congratulations.
All right, so our next segment is a fun one we like to do. We have our buddy Twofee in the house. He's going to answer or try and guess or give us the answer to what a specific rule in football is, or term, things of that nature. And this week's term, well, let's talk about, what did we talk about last week? Anybody remember?
Nope.
Offsides, onsides.
Onside kick.
Onside kick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
offside
it
kick.
was the offside, onside kick.
Yeah. Love the offside kick.
It is called an onside kick. Don't.
Okay.
This week's question, though, is tell us what a safety is.
Not the position.
Yeah, what is a safety?
And not the word either.
So the guy in front of the quarterback snaps the ball back to the quarterback.
Nope. This
And
is
then-
a thing that.
Hold
Okay,
on,
yeah,
let him
yeah,
finish.
Okay.
So in the
Sorry.
case of which they could throw to the safety, just in case.
That's
Nope.
why I stopped him, because I knew it wasn't going the right direction.
Spin.
with-
Not to
Yeah,
go-
okay, I will let him finish. Yes, my bad.
God damn.
God damn. No, so a safety is something where you score. I don't know if you want to try again.
It does involve points.
It does. You get 2 points for it. But what? How do you get that? Can you guess? How do you get 2 points from a safety?
So a safety, you throw the ball back out the back of your field.
That
Technically,
will
that is-
give them a safety.
It will,
actually.
yeah.
Yeah.
A
That, is
sa-
not-
yeah.
that doesn't happen. That has happened one. I think you remember that because I told you that story.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, you did.
So safety is when you as an offensive player, or if you receive a kickoff and you have the ball outside of your end zone at any point, and you decide that you're going back into your own end zone, and then you either go down, chuck it out the back, or get tackled, whatever. That gives 2 points to the other team, and you have to punt it away and give them the ball.
Okay, so you reverse back into your own end zone.
You
and
get
then
tackled
give-
in your own end zone, then you have to kick the ball back to the team that just.
But it
Yep.
does have to be. You have to take the ball out of your own
No, you
end
don't.
zone at some point. Yeah,
No, because you can
it's
be
touchback otherwise.
you can be on the 1 yard line and hike the ball to the quarterback in a shotgun, and he gets
Yeah.
tackled, and it's
Because the
so
ball's
that was
coming-
your ball and it was outside the end
yeah.
zone.
Okay, that's what.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what make sure.
But on like a kick
I got.
or something, it'll be a touchback.
There we go.
All right.
Awesome. Good little segment there.
Oh, he actually got it, kind of.
He did kind of get it, yeah. A safety on
Kinda.
defense is like, he's a defensive player. A safety.
Yeah.
That's why
Actually-
you don't want to pass to the safety because that's an interception.
Yeah, that'd be it. So
Yeah.
I'll give you a C+ this week. Good job.
C+, good work.
Good work, man.
Yeah, that's better
You're
than
coming
D.
along. You're coming along.
It's better
real
than
good.
the D-.
How many
'cause I've been
downs
giving you.
in a like little 10-yard? Yeah.
Good work.
Oh.
Making progress.
Get there.
I got a funny joke for Twofee while he gets this set up. We started watching soccer, Premier League soccer. Acts like you're doing something. I don't know. Where we were start watching Premier League soccer on Saturday, and Josh was like, "Yeah, I'll watch this game with you because I know soccer." And he's like, "So what's an offsides?" And I'm like, "Josh, I thought you said you knew soccer."
Trying to explain soccer.
he didn't even know what a
offsides is-
corner kick was.
I'd rather explain lift on an airplane.
Yes, definitely.
than offsides and soccer.
But a corner should be easy.
Yeah. Well, when we described a corner, he's like, "Oh, so they bring the ball back to the corner of the goal." We're like,
We're like,
"No, the
"Kinda?
corner of the field."
Corner of the field.
Technically, the goal post is not a corner; it's on a flat plane.
Yeah.
So those are the only two games that you disagree on.
Well, before we do prediction disagreements, we do have someone in our green room. He's super quiet. That's why
Yeah.
we almost forgot about him.
Oh,
He had a
yeah,
book?
He had a book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I think is the first time that somebody has brought a book into our green room.
That is crazy. Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
crazy.
The only other person would be Sam Howell, but he was rowdy.
No, he had magazines.
Okay. Yeah.
And he was distracted by the mud pit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
We need to see if we can get paid. But here on the stage is Joshua Dobbs. Now a Viking.
Yeah, welcome in.
Welcome in, Josh.
Thank
Can
you,
I call you
fellas.
Josh?
Thank you. Yes.
Dobbs.
Just Josh is fine.
Josh. Okay.
Senior Dobbs, welcome in.
Thank
So we're gonna do a fun game with you. We got some questions for you, and then we're gonna play a concussion protocol with you.
I heard about this.
All right. Very nice. Have you
I'm
prepared?
sure you're well studied.
Yes, I think I'm prepared.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't know.
Now,
So-
first question is: we noticed that you were reading a book in the green room. What book were you reading?
It was basically molecular studies.
Mm.
Yes. Just
Wow.
science books. I like to expand myself.
Mm.
Yeah.
Expand your brain.
Expand my brain.
Yeah.
Bigger than it is. Yes. Like to
Well, I mean, it
expand
helped with your memorization and stuff like
Yeah,
that. You know, you just
absolutely,
always
yeah.
keep learning. Yeah.
Yeah, there's my experience with so many different teams.
Yep.
And then going from the Cardinals to the Vikings, and then going in there and trying to learn as much as I could in one day.
Yeah.
And then learning on the sidelines as we go. Learning, unfortunately, I had to go in because of an injury, but I took advantage of it nonetheless and did some good with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, delivered
Yes.
a nice W.
Manu, we'll answer your question as soon as our interview's over. You got any questions?
Of course I do.
Yeah.
As an accomplished rocket surgeon, what kind of tools do you use to operate on live rockets?
So basically, everything I do is done from a laptop. Yeah, I don't use tools.
That's smart.
Tools are
Very
for
smart.
mechanics and plumbers and shit. So,
So you're not mechanically inclined.
oh yeah, I
Yeah.
can tear down an engine. I can build whatever I need
Mm.
to, but I'm not going to use a tool for scientific.
Yeah, you
Yes.
take you take the smart route. You
Yeah,
work with your
absolutely.
laptop.
Yeah, yeah. That's
You
that's
pay the
what it's
big
all
bucks.
about.
Big
Yeah,
bucks. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's do
so I play
concussion.
football.
Concussion
'Cause this
protocol.
is such big bucks.
No, we just do rapid fire here. All right, I'm pretty sure you kind of know what's going on here. What year did you get drafted in the NFL?
That would be 2020.
Not right. You were drafted in
probably pretty
2017.
27. That's what I meant to say.
2017. Yeah.
Here, let me check my laptop. Yep, you're right. 2017 is when I
Josh,
got
close
it.
your laptop. You're not supposed to use.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, it's concussion protocol.
Yeah, it's concussion.
Oh,
protocol. You
shit,
can't
yeah.
use your notes.
Yeah, okay.
Put that away.
Josh, you're
Don't put
28
that
years old?
away.
I thought you were
All
like
right.
38 or 40 or something.
What's
You're
that?
28 years old?
28, yes.
This is supposed
Oh.
to be rapid fire.
Yeah. I've been trying to grow this mustache
We're
forever.
the worst at rapid fire. Put that shit away. I'm serious. Fuck. Okay. Drafted in 2017. What college did you go to?
Tennessee.
Tennessee what?
University of Tennessee. Volunteers.
There you go. Thank you. That's what I was looking for. You played for the Vols.
The Vols.
Badass with Peyton Manning. Well, not with Peyton Manning, but at the
Yeah.
same school.
Way
as
better
Peyton
than
Manning.
Peyton Manning.
Had
Yeah.
the same locker as Peyton Manning.
Oh, wow.
That's I don't
I don't know
believe
if that's
that.
true, but
Did
it
he
I
leave
don't-
sounded really
his
cool.
underwear in there?
Yeah, he still has underwear laying around.
Huh.
And I got two more for the rapid fire. Where were you born? Just give me a state. You don't have to give me a city.
Georgia.
You nailed it. Good shit.
Is
All
that
right, last one. How
Is
many
that right?
teams? Yeah,
Okay.
you're right.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
It is.
God damn it, Josh.
Alpharetta.
You need to answer your shit with confidence.
Oh, sorry, yes. Georgia.
Yeah, there you go.
Sorry.
There you go.
Ready to go back to play.
All right, last one. How many teams in the NFL have you played on since your drafting in 2017?
Does this include the Lions?
Sure.
Every
7.
team.
7? You're not right. You've been
Depends
on
on-
9 teams.
There's been so many.
Yeah, it's
Right.
way too many.
And let me
9
just say,
teams in 6 years.
when,
Yeah.
when you get traded and you're not the best guy on the team, you get bus rides.
Well, that's
It's a lot
not
of bus
true,
rides. They
but
got frequent rider miles.
You fly.
Yes.
You
and-
definitely
Do you have the
fly.
credit card that gives you
You're-
rewards points on your bus miles?
Yes, absolutely.
You're
yeah.
a professional athlete. You don't ride a
Fucking
bus.
Greyhound bathrooms suck, but when you're riding Greyhound, you always have to have a marker with you so you can leave your mark in the
Yeah.
bathroom. Yeah.
So you got a Josh Dobbs on one of those buses.
Yeah, Josh Dobbs was here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Josh
Yes.
Dobbs was here. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
So, that,
Josh Dobbs was here doing science
yeah.
in the bathroom.
So you ride
yeah.
a Greyhound at least twice a year.
Yeah, that's from Arizona to Minnesota. It was
Yeah.
one of the longest trips I ever took.
Yeah, well, and then Cleveland, Arizona.
Cleveland to Arizona.
You know,
Yeah.
Cleveland, Arizona was pretty good too.
Arizona,
yeah.
But
I
but
believe it was also Texans.
well,
to
once you get to
Browns.
Minnesota,
Yeah, it was Texans to the
once you get to
Browns.
Minnesota, it's like an hour and a half drive to Minneapolis, but it feels like 5 hours. So
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
just like Houston.
it's
Actually.
Minnesota. For you.
Minnesota.
Yeah. But I'll just say before I leave, I really hate Minnesota and everybody here, but
Okay, yeah.
it's a job, right? It's keeping
Wait,
me
everybody
what?
here or in,
in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Oh,
Everybody
okay.
in Minnesota.
Okay, you didn't follow it up.
fans,
You just
yeah.
said I hate Minnesota and I hate everybody here.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I don't hate everybody here.
yeah.
No.
Maybe you
But
should take an English
just two out of
class.
4.
He's
Yeah.
busy.
So-
He's busy with science.
That's all we expect. Yeah.
Josh, have a good one, man.
Josh,
It was good
Josh,
having
thanks
you
for
on.
Thank
stopping
you.
by.
Thank you.
First time on the show.
Bye, everybody.
I feel like
Josh,
he
get the
did
fuck outta
very
here.
well.
He did, yeah,
did very
that was
well.
good.
Welcome back, Filthy.
You missed Josh.
How
Josh.
did you-
Man, I was wanting to talk to him about the
We should have had Josh do Josh.
That is
Yeah.
the absolute biggest superstar.
Yeah, I know. I saw it all. This dude has been on so many goddamn teams.
He was signed on to the Lions practice squad in 2022, December 5th, and got December 21st. Just 2 weeks later, Tennessee picked him up off the.
practice squad.
So he was on the Lions for 2 weeks.
yeah.
Am I the only one that thinks that Josh Dobbs is starter caliber?
He's okay. So the thing I've seen is he was on the Texans, but apparently he wasn't on the Texans long enough to be bothered to be in the fucking put in the career. Holy shit!
I would love to see him I think we're going to start seeing him as a starter.
All
right.
I've done is watch this dude play well for every team
Yeah.
he's been on.
Well,
Yeah.
okay, so let's go through it. So Pittsburgh Steelers, 2017 to 2019. That was his rookie contract, fourth rounder. Went to the practice squad. Jacksonville picked him up. He didn't even play a game for Jacksonville. Got put to the practice squad, and the Steelers were like, "Hey, come back." In 2020, 2021 they put him back on the practice squad basically. And then he went to the Browns, and then Deshaun Watson came back like 4 weeks later, and he got traded to the Detroit Lions, and they put him on the practice squad immediately. And then after the Detroit, went to the Tennessee Titans. We had talked about that. Then he went back to the Cleveland Browns,
Yeah.
and then he went to the Cardinals, and now he's where he's at, Vikings. So this man,
Yeah, he didn't play super well for the Browns, but it's also the Browns. He played all right for the Texans, but I mean, shit, he played well for the Cardinals.
I would say if he's on the Vikings for the rest of this year, he might be his longest tenure.
Yeah,
the
I
team.
mean, depending on how long Kirk is
I mean,
out.
besides his rookie season.
so his all-time stats, he's got a 62% completion rate. He's 12 for 8 TD to interception. He's only got 2,100 passing yards. And his average passer rating is 79.5, so he's slightly above average.
Yeah, but when you're bouncing around all these
Yeah.
teams and you're being the backup and there's no stability, honestly, I feel like that's pretty good.
Yeah.
For
It's,
being a
it's almost
backup.
like he's going to end up being like a Geno Smith story,
Yeah,
where somebody finally just said, "Hey, you're the best we got.
somebody
you're number
actually
one.
just believes in
Yeah.
him and lets him
You're
play
number one.
and
Go out and show us what you
build
can
the team around him and give him a shot. I feel like he deserves a shot.
Can we
Yeah.
get a view of the Vikings game real quick?
Like his
just
stats?
type NFL. Just type NFL.
Because Josh Dobbs was electric in that game.
And you're going to have to go to see more. All right, so yeah, 20 for 30, 158 yards, 2 touchdowns. But we got to remember the new boy also got a touchdown.
Yeah,
Still
he
a
didn't
one
play
goal
the whole
game,
game.
though.
No,
You
he
know,
did-
he
he
missed
came
at
in-
least
yeah.
like a whole quarter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't get a touchdown, but he was 5 for 678 yards, falling out.
Yeah, Dobbs ran for one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he threw for 2, and he rushed for 66
And,
yards.
and the best receiver he has is Addison.
Yeah.
He
They don't
doesn't
even
have Jefferson or anything.
And they were mapping out plays to him
I guess Hawkinson.
on the fly,
Yeah.
and he did that. Against an
So-
Atlanta defense, which is not bad.
The word on the street for the Vikings is that Jefferson might be back in the next couple weeks.
That'd be cool.
They,
that's
they
what-
brought
That
him
would be
off of the IR.
Yep.
I tell you what though, if the Vikings can win this week, not within one score, I'll be a believer in Dobbs.
Yeah, but the problem is the Vikings are cursed to keep the game at one score.
Kirk was cursed.
Kirk was
That's
cursed.
why he died when it wasn't a 1-score game.
Okay, I'll take
But
it.
the
Yeah.
Cardinals have no coaching staff. They're just not a team. You know, they're there to be there right now, and the Vikings have it all. So
So
we'll see.
to deviate a little bit off of football, why the hell are all of the Arizona teams the exact same way? They're all kind of just there.
Coyotes are good this year.
Yeah, they're good this year, but
D-bags made it to the World
Yeah.
Series.
I was about to say we
We just don't see a lot from West Coast teams.
Yeah, we don't follow them.
especially Arizona, stuff like that. It's just not a market that people
Yeah.
follow, and it's not a great market for sports.
it's just
Yeah, it's really not.
They have all these major league teams, and then for the majority of their existence, they're just basically just competing to even stay in the league.
Yeah, I mean,
Well-
there's several. I consider Tampa Bay like that too.
you got to remember
Even
the
though the
Cardinals.
Buccaneers have been around
yeah.
forever, they're a little bit better, but they're not a strong market.
If
Yeah,
you
they're not.
mark
Yeah.
off last year, 3 years before that, they went fucking 10-0.
Yeah, I mean, they've
Yeah.
had
Kingsbury literally had them going 7-0, 10-0, and then they just eat shit the
Yeah.
rest of the
because
season.
Kingsbury can't coach, they get figured
Yeah,
out.
He came in with a roster.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
And then he
ruined
whittled
it.
it down.
yeah, he ruined it.
yeah, he's like the Josh
Well, the
McDaniels of the
GM.
South.
That's the one thing is the GM was responsible for that team,
I am
And
not
and they both
sure.
got fired.
I'm not sure if there's a worse head coach than Josh McDaniels. So,
I don't. Yeah,
No, we're not talking about Josh McDaniels.
well, hold on, because I heard something today.
Hey, he's been on
that
launch twice.
He
so-
made Derek Carr's wife cry. That's why.
Oh.
That's why he requested the trade. That's why that went downhill as fast as it did.
I did not.
Yeah, he said it in an interview. Derek Carr was talking about it.
Manu, where'd the hanging thing go? He put pants on. Okay, Nan.
I didn't understand the question.
I
I
have no
don't
idea what
either.
he
So that's the answer.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I didn't hear that part. I'd like to hear more about that story.
I'm trying to find the interview. Well, I saw a snippet of it. I was watching That's Good Sports,
Yeah.
and he had a snippet of it, and I'm like, I want to find that full interview.
He would have been coaching the next game with two black guys if that would
Dude.
have been me.
Yeah.
You don't fuck with somebody's wife. Man.
So that's
Oh,
why
I
that
mean,
went
he
so
got
downhill.
he got what was coming.
yeah,
I mean,
well, yeah.
he got
Ultimately, yeah.
Did you read the article about him getting thrashed by the whole team?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
that's
Well,
nuts.
that was a team meeting before he got fired, like the day
Yeah.
before, and they were just ripping him.
Well,
And then he walked away and had Pierce take over the meeting for him, and Pierce did nothing but talk about the Giants beating the Patriots for two times. Yeah,
oh, all right.
and the article started off with like McDaniel's doesn't appreciate Pierce's reference to the Giants beating
fucking
the
great.
Patriots. Yeah, like get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, apparently McDaniels just regularly belittled his players and berated them and just yelled at everybody, and they just hated him.
Little man.
Super interesting, the stuff that's coming out.
Yeah,
Very interesting.
he'll never coach again.
Oh no.
Absolutely not.
No,
Probably be an OC, an assistant.
yeah.
Never the boss man though.
No, you can't do that.
Ever. All right, now let's get to prediction disagreements. We got a
Alright,
couple.
We only had 2 games this week. We have the Saints Vikings game and the Jets Raiders game. Everything else is literally the fucking same. It's quite nuts.
I picked the Vikings. The Vikings are at home underdogs, 2.5 points to the Saints. I didn't get the over under. I picked the Vikings. The Saints are a tough team. They're going to be good, but I really want Dobbs to do something here. And he lit a fire under him last week with his play.
He definitely.
I would not want to be the Saints play. Even if the Saints win this one, they got to be coming in with a game plan that doesn't make sense because they don't know how the Vikings are going to play.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
I think that's valid. I think it's going to be a pretty close game. The Saints have they've been taking a lot of shit this season for their offense, and I don't get it. They're scoring points. I mean, they're not dominant, but they're probably the best team in their division. And
There's definitely. I don't think there's a wrong wrong guess here.
Yeah,
Either
this
way.
one's up in the air.
Would you pick?
I had Saints.
Okay.
Yeah, I had the Saints.
For the only center.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
like the Falcons would have won if they just handed the ball to Bijan 40 times.
Mm.
They would have beat the
They
Vikings.
probably could have
Yeah.
done it.
That's
They need to get him involved.
They didn't do
Yeah.
any running that game. And that's totally on a Falcon. I mean, the Falcon, they're made to hurt themselves.
Yeah.
So I don't. You just can't compare.
They didn't need to
Vikings.
panic that game. They didn't need to.
They
They just
didn't.
needed to run the fucking ball.
Also, the Falcons defense very good. The last 3
Yeah.
weeks. The last 3 weeks they haven't been very good.
I feel like
Doesn't,
they're not playing complimentary football. They're not being helped out. Their
Yeah.
coaching staff is lackluster.
Yeah, they're not. There's no ball control. You don't have ball control. Your defense.
Yep.
And that kills you in the fourth.
And I mean, the Vikings went down to simple football.
Yep.
So if
They
they
had
don't,
to. They were forced to.
if they don't go up to, if they don't start stepping things up, the Saints will destroy them, because Saints are an advanced team.
They have a better defense and a better offense
Yeah.
than the Falcons.
Yeah, I mean, you really only have to cover Hawkinson and Addison.
Yeah.
So I would
Because
force.
Osborne has a concussion.
Plus, you got Dobbs that can run.
Yeah.
So that's kind of new for the Vikings game plan against the Vikings. Not that Cousins couldn't, but Dobbs is much faster.
That's a division that deals with a lot of running and deals with quarterback running though. The Saints have seen
Plus,
that
the
before.
Saints do it. That's literally their MO.
Yeah.
With fucking
It's going to
Should
be
be an
interesting.
interesting one, yeah.
Hill.
Taysom Hill, the athlete.
So next one is Jets versus Raiders.
Yep. Ayrton is the
I
dissenter.
was the dissenter here. Now the Raiders. I've looked at some stats, and teams that fire their coach usually they start banging on that first week.
Hmm.
Like it even happened with fucking slap ass Colts last year.
Yeah.
They won their first game big time.
Against Josh
It al-
Daniels
Yeah.
It also happened with the Cardinals.
and the Panthers.
Did that happen with the Colts with Saturday? Didn't they come out?
Yeah,
That's
remember-
what it was. Yeah,
Just
slap
against
ass
the Raiders.
Colts.
Yeah,
Just against the
McDaniels.
Raiders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This game is
But the Panthers played
Jets,
very well.
Jets are on the road, but it's a 1-point favorite on the road at the Raiders.
This is where the defense is coming in, because the Jets defense is very good, and the Raiders. Who the Raiders? They played the Cardinals, right? Who'd they play
Raiders?
last week?
Oh, they played the Giants.
The Giants. Yeah, it did the. Oh,
But my thing was with the Raiders over the Giants. I said if they're going to beat the Giants, they have to come out and kick their ass, and they did. 30-6.
Yeah.
They kicked their ass. It would be different. And I even told Ben that I think with McDaniels there, even if the Raiders win, that's a really close game against the Giants.
Yeah.
It's a shit show game. So
Well,
they come out with some extra motivation, like you said. You know, the coaches.
Well, this is also the other thing you have to think about. It's the same thing with the Chiefs right now as well. As Andy Reid is an offensive coach, and they put an offensive coach in the head position here.
Yep.
So obviously the plays on offense are going to be much spicier because he has full control over the offense. So now you're going to tell me that comes over though. Now the Jets have 1 week of footage, and it's a guy that's never been in a head coach position. I just don't
You can
see
look
it.
at that the other way though. The Jets only have 1 week of footage.
Yeah, but they're also a lot
So-
more primed on defense.
Yeah.
Max Crosby can't stop every team.
He can
He'll
fucking
try.
Yeah.
He will try.
And he will fucking go down in the grave trying. That dude is 125% effort.
I think we're watching Zach Wilson regress every week so far.
He's turning into a Mac Jones.
Even if you look at that bet line at a -1 for the Jets, that's Vegas unsure about the Raiders.
Yeah.
And they know that the Jets can win that game if they don't fuck up.
And that's how I looked at it too. Vegas
Yeah.
does not know what's going to happen in this
Yeah.
game.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely not.
Yeah.
For us to be decisive didn't make sense. So I figured I'd
if
mix
you're
it up.
Vegas and you don't want people to bet on a game, that's the kind of line you put.
Yeah, it is.
What's the over under on that?
I didn't see the over unders
probably
this
like
week.
36?
Yeah, if
It's
it's
probably right
36,
around
that's way low. Go the
Where
over.
do I go to find that?
I just go to ESPN.
ESPN or Kings or something. Well,
Go down to NFL.
honestly,
Hmm?
the Raiders,
Just go down.
we know that they have offensive players. And these offensive players haven't been used all season. And what do you get when you
Get
use
those
those
top.
players? 30 points on the board.
Yeah.
The Jets cannot put up 30 points. They
So-
can't put up 20 points.
Yeah, he can go.
All they have to do is score. They'll probably beat him with 17. Like, that's on that crew. Is
It's
36
05 now.
36 and a half is the over-under.
Yeah.
So we nailed it without looking. So,
The PFI is 56 to Jets too.
yeah. That's still pretty close.
And I think Jimmy Garoppolo has been hurting that team big time. They have their best option at quarterback.
I
now.
think it was the combination of McDaniels and Garoppolo.
I feel
know,
bad for
they're-
Garoppolo now.
They'll end up somewhere.
I didn't. Oh, I know he'll end up anywhere because he's a fucking winner. He literally had a cancerous growth on him.
Yeah, he wins at going to new teams.
But McDaniels was his coach in New England.
Yeah, but
So
he never
that's-
played. You
yeah.
have Tom Brady.
Well, he
Still a
played.
relationship
for-
there. You should know the system.
He
You
should.
be able to
Yeah.
mesh.
I
Yeah.
think
Not
they were
if
trying
Josh
to.
McDaniels is over there shit talking him.
I think they're trying to.
Sounds
build
like to
some
me
kind of
nobody had a
relationship
relationship with
Yeah.
him.
The problem I had with them is they never used their weapons.
Yeah.
Devontae Adams over there on that last game they played with McDaniels had one target.
Yeah.
Okay, they don't run the ball when they got one that you got Josh Jacobs.
Yep.
You got one of the most solid running backs in the game, and you don't want to run the fucking ball to
And
them.
that's what I'm expecting to ramp up, actually,
Yeah.
Josh Jacobs.
Yeah. And they can run against the Jets.
Garoppolo's injured right now. isn't he?
Yep.
Yeah.
If Aiden
I
O'Connell
would
and
run
Josh
against the
Jacobs-
Jets before I'd pass against it.
Agreed, yeah.
And Josh Jacobs should have 30 carries this week.
I think if I was the
it was-
Raiders, I'd put Garoppolo back in.
Hurt.
Yeah, when he's healthy. That's what obvious.
I think that's contingent on Aiden O'Connell's performance.
Yeah, I mean, if they keep winning games with O'Connell, they'll be all right.
Because Garoppolo gets hurt too much, and
But the thing is, I've never been a Raider fan, but when they fired McDaniels, it got me pumped up for the Raiders.
Right?
it's like I want to see him win now because I want him to look even worse than he was.
yeah, I just
Nah.
want him to shit on Josh McDaniels. They shouldn't have hired him. They should have fired him. They
Fuck
shouldn't
the
have hired him.
Raiders. Their fans suck.
No, it's still,
yeah,
at the end of the day, yeah, it's still.
Yeah.
I'm not a Raider fan.
You're
by
not
any
gonna get
means.
Detroit Lions out of me.
But
on the
when you hear the
Raiders.
story about McDaniels and how he treated everybody and stuff like that, I just want them to win so bad without him, just to make him try
they should
harder.
be
when he's
used
at
to that
home.
though. Josh Gruden wasn't any better.
Yeah, but he didn't shit talk everybody.
Yeah, just through emails.
Yeah, that's a whole nother. That's a
Yeah,
1 hour
that's a
segment
different
for us.
thing, yeah. Well, at least they went to the playoffs.
yeah.
Different team, big time.
So there was one game here that when Ben was making his picks that I wanted to talk about because he hesitated. That's the Bills and Broncos.
You
The
hesitate on
Bills suck.
I know that's the problem because I kind of hesitated too. I was like, that's a 7.5 point favorites to the Bills, the home Bills. This is a Monday night game.
You have to see if Wilson's playing.
Russ?
Yeah, he didn't play last week.
But still, even if Russ is playing,
Unless
does
they're
that
on
change your
bye.
pick?
Were they?
Yeah.
Was he on bye?
Russ is not hurt.
Is Russell Wilson hurt? Is Russell Brand hurt?
Russell love muscle loving.
Is Kurt Russell hurt?
They're all the Russells are hurt. All the notable Russells.
Is Russell Wilson retired?
Wouldn't that be nice?
Is somebody asking
Thanks,
that
Google.
question?
It was on the Google autocomplete.
Can you imagine talking
He was-
football
he
at
was on
work
bye
and
week.
somebody's talking about Wilson,
Yeah,
Russell Wilson? I
okay.
think he
Is
retired.
he retired?
Well,
Hey,
he
open
was
that-
born
look
in the
that up.
80s, and I saw him on the list that he didn't score, and I'm like, wait a minute. I thought he was injured, but no, they were bye week. That's
Yeah,
why.
okay. So, I mean, does that change your pick then? If Russell Wilson is playing and he wasn't sure if he was? No, I mean,
No,
like,
I mean, it's
Yeah.
still the
No.
Bills.
so that I hesitated too for a second because I'm like, man, this is a game that the Broncos could win if the Bills play like shit. Because
Yeah.
if they play like shit, they can't win this game. The Bills or the Broncos have pretty good defense.
The Bills kind of just play as themselves. They don't really play down to competition. They don't play up to competition. They just play Bills football, which is just inconsistent.
So this is my take on it. They play Bills football, which is what is the best way for a gladiator to entertain the fans in the Coliseum, which is the Bills Mafia.
Yeah.
Like all they're trying to do is do hype, and you can't hype up every single fucking game and be successful.
The Bills don't have an identity as a team. They have Josh Allen.
That's
their identity.
They're the Buffalo Josh Allens.
Yeah, and that should not be, because he can't. He might be able to carry a team, but not week in, week. And I mean, that's all they have is Diggs to throw to. And
Gabe Davis is all right. No, they have.
I mean, they're all right.
Schultz, is it Schultz or Kincaid? One of the Daltons.
I can't remember. They got guys that step up here and there, but like I said, they have no identity.
But the big thing is like their entire like stud defense is now basically fucking hurt.
Yeah.
They have 0 studs left on their defense, and they're working with their depth, and it's okay. But like,
they're a defensive team.
Yeah.
That's the only one I wanted to bring in.
It's
kind of interesting.
Broncos play better in prime time, but that last week they played was not prime time. Was there any other prime times this week?
We got the
no, not prime time.
The Colts and Patriots are in Germany this week, and then the Sunday night game is the
this
Jets
is
and Raiders.
First prime time.
They played against the Chiefs on Thursday.
Yeah.
Was that a
2
Thursday
weeks ago?
game?
The first one.
That's the only kicker, is if they play better in prime times.
And the Panthers and Bears Thursday night. Pats game is Germany.
Oh, so that was game 2.
Saturday
because they played
Sunday
the
morning.
Chiefs last week.
Then Jets
week
and
they
Raiders
played.
Sunday night, and then
Chiefs Broncos, they beat them.
Broncos Bills Monday night.
Man, you know what? Just because we're talking about this so much, go ahead and switch me.
Huh?
Broncos, switch me.
My intent, but
I like your daring.
I like-
All
You're
right.
coming
Well,
off bye week after beating the
then
Chiefs.
we
You're gonna be
get
flying.
to the final, very short one. I know we kind of touch on it here and there, but the worst game of the week. Which game you think is just going to be the worst football played this week?
Thursday night Panthers Bears.
That's a strong contender.
Honestly, Colts Patriots aren't out of question.
Yeah.
That's also a strong contender.
Yes, it is.
I will be going with Falcons Cardinals.
That's a pretty strong one, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that game's just gonna piss me off.
I'm gonna go actually with Giants Cowboys.
I was actually gonna say Giants Cowboys.
Giants Cowboys.
That's gonna be a shed game. That's gonna be just taking someone to the woodshed.
So I'm gonna say that the Cowboys are gonna win, right? The Cowboys are just obviously gonna win. However,
By 40 points.
yes, I agree with that. There's still gonna be like 2 interceptions and like 3 sacks on Dak.
Oh yeah.
But the Giants will do nothing with
Well,
it.
it is a division game, and the division games are always rough. The Giants will give them hell for
some reason.
about the first 30 minutes, maybe halftime, but probably not even that long.
As we always say, the Giants are a team that, no matter how bad they are, love to just cuck the big guy. So whoever the biggest team is they're facing, they find some way sometimes to just ruin it.
The Cowboys are not that team. They beat up on bad teams, at least most of the time. Apparently not the Cardinals. But they're not the big boys in the room.
No, they're
The
not.
Cowboys fans think they are, but
They're bigger
They're
than
not.
the
I
Giants.
think I'm gonna start redoing like my worst game, like as far as what I base that on, because it was before like, oh, that's a bad team versus that bad team.
Yeah.
I think I'm just gonna go based off the lowest score. I hate it when there's no scoring, and that might be the Titans-Bucks game.
yeah, that game might
could
suck.
be. The Titans have really struggled putting points up on the board except for that one game.
Either that game sucks or Mike Evans gets 4 touchdowns, one way or the
Yeah.
other.
Which he was shaky coming off last game. He came off for a couple plays, so I don't know how lightning he.
So you guys want to break down one more game?
Sure. Got
49ers at the Jags.
This is super interesting.
Yeah, that's
because you had a 3-game skid and a bye.
Yeah. 3 games getting a bye. And Jacksonville is they're good.
Surging a little bit.
But yeah, they're surging a little bit. They're good, but they're not quite elite in my book. But the 49ers have been elite till the last few weeks. And they're kind of heading downward, downward trend.
Yeah,
But those trades though, that's why I picked the 49ers this week over the Jags,
they
is
picked up
because
Chase Young.
they picked up Chase Young. They've got that. If that doesn't give you a little bit of momentum or a little bit of hope going into the rest of the season here, I don't know what will. That's a big move for the. And
Good thing it's easy to play edge in the NFL. Let's
Yeah.
just go.
Yeah,
but when you got Bosa on one side and Young on the other, and Trevor Lawrence has got to be looking at that like, what the hell?
it's Mr. Fumble.
Mr.
Yeah,
Fumble.
Mr. Fumble coming in there.
49ers
I mean,
with depth now on the edge.
I wouldn't be surprised if they get one, if not two, nut sacks this week.
yeah. I
Just-
wouldn't be surprised at all.
Yeah.
Sweat on the Bears might make a difference.
That's actually why I picked the Bears
Really?
because now they have a pass rush.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They've been lacking that, and it's hurt them.
And it's the
bad.
Panthers.
And
yeah.
it's the Panthers.
Yeah, I had no problem picking the Bears. I didn't even
I
think
think
about
we
that game.
watched the 49ers. I really do.
I think we
that's
should.
gonna be a good game.
I think because we only can really do 2 games at the moment. So I think our first games are going to be, man, I don't want to watch the Pats just because they're so disappointing.
Well, that's the early
It's
game.
Germany.
That's Germany.
Oh.
Sunday morning.
Yeah, so we're watching it.
So
Okay.
yeah,
So
we're
let me
watching
strike
no
that
matter
out.
what.
Uh,
I think the Texans and Bengals, after the Texans what they did last week, I'd love to see that become a
we
shootout.
haven't watched the Bengals this year.
No matter how badly the Bengals end up beating up on the Texans, I still feel like the Texans are going to put up a fight.
I don't think
So-
it's going to be a beat up though. I don't think it's going to be a beat down.
Bit of a shootout.
I think
They
it might be a
can't.
little bit of a shootout. Not.
No,
I'm not
I-
saying the Bengals are going to lose or have a chance.
I feel like it's going
think
to be like a
they'll-
2-score
Jackson
game, and
Hill,
it's not
the
going to be a
Michigan boy.
high-scoring one.
Yeah.
Sort of a
Jacksonville.
wide shootout where both teams are putting up points, but the Bengals are always ahead.
Yeah,
and
right,
they
yeah.
win it. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
one of those.
Jackson Hill is a coverage machine on the Bengals.
Yeah.
They're not getting anything deep,
Right.
and they're not going to get anything close either. So I don't know.
Yeah,
It's a tough one.
I don't think it's going to be.
And they don't have a run game. If you got to have a run game
Yeah.
to beat the Bengals.
Well, that's why he had to put up 475 points. Stroud did.
They just had
The
like a
line. The
yeah.
line
Stroud had to
sucks.
put up 475 points to win in the last 6 seconds.
yeah.
So yeah, it's against the Bucks. So
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. I think it's going to be an interesting game in the fact that I think they're both going to end up being considered explosive offenses by the end of the year.
Yeah, can I get an update on C.J. Stroud's touchdowns to interceptions this year?
Absolutely
Well, he
nuts.
got 5 last
He
game.
got 5. Yeah, but I don't know what he was before that.
I think he's close to 20. 14.
14-1.
He has 2,270 yards, 14 TDs, 1 interception.
And a 102
It's
rating.
actually pretty low. That's low yards and that's low completion. Well, actually, no,
9
that's
games in.
about half because we're halfway.
Yeah,
Yeah,
9 games
so
in.
that's a 4,000 plus yard.
Wa-
That's
wa-
a
wasn't he
40
hurt one game?
No, he
No.
played every
Did
game.
he play every game?
1, 2,
That's
3,
a
4, 5, 6, 7,
4,500
8.
year.
Yeah, he's in.
with
I mean, but
30 touchdowns.
What is Goff's stats?
Oh boy,
Let's compare the two.
get a goof.
Get a
Goof update. Goof date.
Wait,
It's literally goof.
GOFF. Go.
I thought it was
It's
GOF.
GOFF. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just GOF. Goof Stafford.
So-
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what we
GOF.
said.
That's what we were saying.
12-5, 21-74.
so-
Stroud has beaten him in every stat.
Well, it's tough too because
Except
he
for
had that
completion.
Ravens game that dipped his score
Yeah.
down.
It doesn't
pretty
fucking
much.
matter.
Still, that's still the same amount of games played throughout the season.
Yeah,
So
Stroud's faced good teams.
yeah,
and Goof's he's goated, so DJ's definitely a goat, man.
CJ is next fucking level.
I
Yeah.
can't wait.
Like,
It's gonna be so fun.
yeah, they're going to build around him, and the Texans are going to be
It's gonna be so
relevant
fucking
for the
fun.
next.
I
5 to
mean,
6
I should have
years.
chosen as my bottom. I'm gonna do a quick update on that, all the way back to that. The Panthers for picking Bryce Young.
Yeah.
I
Every week for
mean,
the rest
Ben,
of the year.
here you go.
Yeah, Bryce Young.
No,
Well,
this,
yeah.
this is fucking Patrick Mahomes. 24, 42, 17, and 8, 96.7.
Let's
I
go,
mean,
Bryce Young.
If you took both of those stats and didn't put a name to those stats, and you had to pick one to be on your team, are you taking Stroud over?
Ooh.
Yeah, I would too.
Ooh.
You would. I mean, if you didn't know whose stats those were.
Yeah, I mean Bryce Young is doing badly, but it's like they're both on bad teams. You know.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
One of them had the better coach.
Apparently the
Yeah, one of
Texans
them's a lot
aren't
better
nearly
coach.
as bad as we thought they were.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
no, we've known that all year. They're going to go 500.
I picked them to go 500 this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We said that
Before
last
the- yeah.
season.
They might go positive.
And they might, but
If they beat the Bengals, yeah.
oh shit, if they
Because
beat
the Bengals is a loss for me on even looking at the whole schedule. So.
Yeah.
interesting week. Not a lot of great games, but there's a lot of good matchups.
There's a lot of interesting things.
Yeah.
Before we end it here, I just want to do a hockey update. The Detroit Lions got fucking blown out of the water.
The Lions play
or
hockey?
fucking
Lions-
Red Wings.
Red
My
Wings.
bad.
I would expect them
We're
to get
talking
blown out of the
football.
water.
They gave up 4
Detroit.
goals in one period, and then came back and scored 3
Three
goals the
goals.
next period. But it was a 5-3 game, and it wasn't even as close as 5-3.
No, it wasn't.
But it is what it is. They're on the
And
road
the Avalanche won.
against a good team, the Rangers.
That was a good ending to that game
It
because it
was.
was 5-3 with an empty net and one in the empty net, 6-3.
Yep.
6-3, yeah. Going
Pretty good.
3-3 into the third.
And we'll just skip
Yep.
over that Golden Knights Avalanche.
Yeah,
What
beat-
happens in Vegas stays in
Vegas.
Vegas.
Dude, after they did that game against the Avs, they have not won a game since.
Just to get back to football, the Avs lost by a touchdown with the extra
the-
point.
Fuck. Well, that's just the Broncos.
Russell the love muscle in the backfield just
Rantanen going for a wide
Taking a-
receiver
The
catch.
Avs did
That's
just as good
why.
as the Broncos would do on ice.
Russell the love muscle is taking a long hard dump in the corner. That's what's going on.
You know what's funny? You never see NFL players at NHL games.
That's
Derek
false.
Carr.
Well, that's
He showed
Derek
up to like
Carr, though.
every Golden Knights game.
Yeah, but that's because Las Vegas. That's different.
I mean, there's nothing to do in
There's
Vegas.
no-
There's nothing, yeah.
There's nothing to do in
Can't go to
Vegas.
the Sphere or anything.
No, because that shit's a show. Like, have you ever seen that shit? The Golden Knights hockey games are a freaking whole nother level compared to everybody else.
I'm not actually.
Dude,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
nuts.
yeah.
They got cannons. They got fucking naked chicks everywhere. Dude, it's nuts.
Fucking love Vegas.
slot
yeah.
machines in the arena.
Not their
Like,
sports teams, but just the city.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I want to go to an A's game when we go.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
I so badly
Oh,
want to go to
yes.
an A's game.
We have to start planning our trips around
We need
sporting
to
events.
plan it around
Yeah.
sporting because that's at least a good 8-hour chunk. So, all right, guys, that's it for today's stream. Next one, Wednesday, 7:00. Actually, yeah, still 7:00.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Ish, 7
Yeah, because this is when I
Ish.
get off work.
Yeah, 7:14 ish is
Yeah.
usually where we've been started. Sunday is moving to 5. So if you're watching this and you watch the lounge, be there at 5.
It's no longer fucking hot, and we will be streaming at 5.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Can't wait.
See you guys.
See you guys.